What is it like?
The syndicate rate basis.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is it a syndicate one? I think I left my charger at work.
Let's-
No, I agree. Sorry, just checking and making sure I'm actually live. So is it a syndicate one? Alright, make sure you can.
Hey, I have some announcements on Stop Killing Games.
Sorry, just checking and making sure I'm actually live. You're gonna hear some feedback. My bad. So is it a syndicate one?
Hey, I have some announcements on Stop Killing.
Alright, so we're all good. We are set to go. Leave this up. Or I guess I'll leave it on your phone real quick, actually. So that way I can actually see everything. So, I'm gonna jump right into it today. Oh wait, this is not what I want. Yeah, like I said, I really get reaction to a couple of videos in the next couple of days. That type of shit I want in my life. There we go. On and off. Leave that playing so I'll make sure if it freezes or not. Alright. So he had an update after I just reacted to the original video, literally just last night, and so I guess something happened between what he posted the original video almost 2 weeks ago, and I know he's talked about the success and everything of the how the movement's like gaining momentum and like signatures and everything, but I think something else happened. Something that's also a little weird. He said people specifically are going to prison, so we'll see what that's all about and see exactly what he's on about here.
I have some announcements on Stop Killing Games, and I'm going to be looking away a lot because my mind tends to go blank when I look into the camera, and I don't want to memorize this.
I feel that. I do that literally with every single one of my like actual videos. I just think of a couple of topics and just go blank and run with it. So that way, like, because it feels more natural that way.
Okay, the breaking news. The European Citizens Initiative has crossed 1 million.
Woohoo! He fucking hit it. He actually hit it. Holy shit! I remember I saw a post just a couple days ago that it was like it was at 800,000, and he was literally so close to that million
signatures. Except it hasn't.
Wait,
this is going to kill morale, but there are two things going on here. The first we knew was
well, I was gonna say I know that I just saw somebody on Reddit today bring up the fact that I know a lot of people from the U.S. are like making fake accounts and like going and signing up and everything, and that makes the votes null and void.
Every time somebody makes a mistake when they sign the initiative, their signature gets invalidated. So that means we need more signatures to make up for everybody's mistake.
So like people are also filling it out incorrectly because we're all dumb.
It kind of reminds me of multiplayer games when you see somebody who just has no idea what they're doing, like they're attacking a wall or something. So in this case, we need to pick up the slack for the people who literally can't write their own name.
Oh my god, is that really what the hang-up is? We can't get this initiative passed because people don't know how to spell their own name. Didn't know.
Sorry.
It's all good. Just got a cookie dropped on me at the same time. This is one of those people.
Cookie.
Yeah, I was gonna say these were one of those people that can't spell their own name. The troll.
I'm gonna call my mommy.
Are you? Oh my god.
Properly. That could be a lot. I've heard 10% minimum, 20% is better, 40% should be really safe. Or it would be, but we have a second problem. I've received several reports of people claiming to spoof signatures on the initiative site.
I was going to say this is definitely going to be an issue, especially on the internet with anything that especially gets like huge popularity. And you have like a lot of people that also don't understand the initiative 100% properly and everything else like that. So you have like trolls doing what trolls do best and like ruining shit that everybody else loves.
First off, I want to say that this is not a change.org petition. This is a government process. Spoofing signatures on it is
Oh shit, is it actually?
a
I
crime.
didn't know that in the first place.
Please do not do this. They'll be checked later by the EU Commission, and my guess is the fake ones will get turned over to Europol or Interpol and they'll follow up on it.
Well, I don't know if they'll be able to do anything like if you live in the US or like another country other than the EU, but anyone who did like a spoof one who actually lives in there might be facing some legal issues. That's what
If
we
it's
do.
coming from America, Interpol is known to cooperate a lot with the FBI.
Oh shit, never mind, you're fucked.
Now, will they prosecute people on this? I have no idea.
It's hard to say. I don't think they would. I don't see why they would 100%. I mean, maybe just to send a message, but like, it's
Europe takes its political process pretty seriously, so I would think the more it's being spoofed, the more they might send law enforcement after people doing this.
If they think the entire petition is a spoof, then yeah, they actually might. Because if they just see like a bunch of fake names, they might just end up thinking like, yeah, actually.
Again, I would not suggest doing this. It seems like a bad thing to risk going to prison over. But the problem here is I am now in a complete fog as to how much this affects the initiative.
It's actually going to be blind until they actually go over it and see how much of the initiative just has spoof in it, like actual spoof signatures, how many people fucked up and didn't even spell their own name correctly, and just overall how many of them are actual citizens of the EU also, because like I said, there are a bunch of Americans that are going over and probably also signing the initiative and everything else like that who have nothing to do with the EU.
Now don't worry, none of this will invalidate the initiative. All legitimate signatures will still count. But that one
Yeah, I was going to say, but it's going to lessen the amount of the impact of the movement because you're not going to have that 1 million number.
million number, yeah, it might not be real.
I was going to say it might be closer to like 70 to 80,000 or 700 to 800,000.
I think we have at least 600, 700,000 real
Okay, so I
signatures.
highballed it.
Beyond that, I don't know. Maybe it's just one or two people who tried it and this is nothing to worry about. Or maybe it's a sophisticated botnet.
Oh no, there's definitely more than one person that tried it. There's definitely some trolls out there that just trolled along the way. I would say at least 10 to 15% at least is spoof signatures because of how big this initiative got.
Spoofing hundreds of thousands of signatures.
Before it gets better.
I have no clue. In fact, I noticed a few days ago we were getting a good rise in the day European time, but then it would fall off a lot at night because people were going to bed. Now it seems like it's rising a lot through the night. So maybe most
Which that means a lot of people are from America that are doing it.
of this is an illusion now. We may not have won anything. I have to give credit where it's due. I was looking forward to reaching a safe margin and putting this behind me. But now I guess I have to keep this up until July 31st because now there's no such thing as a safe margin.
Ugh.
I have no idea what's real now. So for people who
That's the internet for you. Taking everything and making it more complicated than it needed to be. And trying to ruin something that should have been as simple as just signing your name. Oh, God, I can't believe. Oh, so many people. Wonder how many people just didn't sign their name correctly.
hate the initiative,
No, I know. That's what I'm getting at.
you got me. This makes my life harder and now I'm on the hook even longer. I will be so happy for this campaign to end. Actually, if you're really good at data analysis, I'd say try to look at those first couple days around June 24th and 25th, especially when Moist Critical dropped.
I was going to say, I'm sure it skyrocketed because this is when I started seeing everybody talk. It wasn't Moist Critical wasn't actually the first person I saw drop about it. I actually saw Mudahar talk about it first, but immediately, I think it was like the next day after he had picked, Moist Critical had picked it up and was immediately talking about it.
His video. I remember seeing about a 5% increase in signatures proportional to his views. So it might be safe to assume big YouTube views translate to 5% real signatures. Maybe you can figure out what a real...
Well, it also depends on the YouTuber and where most of their audience are. Moist Critical could have a bigger EU following than a North American following, and other YouTubers might not. Or maybe they have a bigger following in the EU than America and everything else like that.
Margin needs to be. So yeah, that sucks. We'll just keep plodding away unless we can figure out what the safe numbers are. Sorry this isn't a big victory celebration.
I would, like I said, I would take 15 to 20% of the overall votes and count those as null void and try to get 15 to 20% over. Like, because then you are more likely to actually have 1 million valid signatures.
This is just kind of suspenseful and tense instead, and will probably hurt morale of people signing. You know how in World War II, the Japanese had soldiers entrenched in a bunch of Pacific islands? Except some of them never got the memo when the war ended in 1945, so they just stayed there for years, assuming the war was still on. That's kind of where I am right now mentally.
He's in the trenches, boys. Jesus. He's quite literally in the trenches.
At least it all ends in a month. Okay, another announcement. We've gotten reports that some countries, I think Italy and Belgium especially, where sometimes the digital ID system didn't work. In those cases, I'd say either use the manual method, which we have instructions for on StopKillingGames.com, or you could try coming back in a few days and see if it's working.
It might be down because of the influx of people actually going and doing it, because they're probably not used to so many people all going in at once and trying to use the site.
Other news item, I've been
Or it
told
just could be straight up broken.
someone has launched a cryptocurrency based on Stop Killing Games. Dumbest timeline, guys.
Of course they did. Yep, gotta capitalize on the hype. Gotta go all the way to the top. We're going to the moon on Stop Killing Games, guys.
Just so everyone's clear, that had nothing to do with us. I have no clue who would even want that. I'm sure it's a scam. So,
Well, I was gonna say it's 100% a scam. They were just trying to use the fucking momentum of the movement to up their just up the amount of people that are gonna see it, because people right now are nonstop searching Stop Killing Games because of how much it's blown up over the last week.
yeah, that's all there is to it. Something else to cover quick is I've heard a couple reports of people harassing Pirate Software.
It's not, I'm sure it's not from you specifically, like going and making people harass Pirate Software. Literally every YouTuber put him in the thumbnail. Fuck, Actman literally even put evil devil eyes on him and made him have a 20-inch smile ear to ear.
I feel like this goes without saying, but if it doesn't, no.
Gonna say,
Of
like,
course we do
amen.
not endorse harassing him. I mean, I said in my response video, I wished him no ill will, and I meant that. You know why? When people's lives are better, they tend to be less inclined to foment some sort of revenge. And I'm taking on enough heat already without adding to the pile. I mean,
He's probably getting harassed every single day on the internet, on fucking Reddit, on fucking YouTube, whenever he goes to do something, whenever he crosses over and does another interview, all the fucking months of Pirate Software's fans getting mad at him. I'm sure there are still Pirate Software fans that are getting mad at him now. He's probably been dealing with so much hate, he's probably just done.
I'm getting some crazies heading my way too, though I can believe it's not as many. I also pointed out last time, whatever damage Thor did to the campaign has been neutralized. So whatever
100%. I would say the momentum that he killed has been doubled, if not tripled.
happens is not on him anymore.
Yeah.
I'll also say, I don't know what the hell everyone is up to either. This is a lot bigger than me. I can barely keep up with the campaign, let alone him or all the supporters. We do have moderators in our Discord trying their best. I've literally suggesting bad action against others. Beyond that, I know very little.